Can I get a Hoya?
How's it going, all you lovely little weirdos? This is Everyday Nerds, and I am Global Outcast, and my co-host is TheAnimeShogun.
And I'm eating McDonald's right now, so leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. And today,
Ba-da-da-da-da, I'm fucking loving it.
we're talking about the
McDonald's
best.
sponsor us.
Right,
All right,
McDonald's
go on.
sponsor us.
Go on, go on.
And today we're going to be talking about the best movie ever. And by
By
best, I
best, he means
mean,
the fucking worst,
yeah, I was about to say, and by best, I mean the most forgettable.
which means worst.
Yeah, Aquaman 2. Cause holy
Yeah,
shit,
say it right. Say it right.
you say it right. Cause I'm
You
confused.
say it right.
I said Aquaman 2.
Yeah, and what's the technical title of it?
Fuck if I know. Fuck if I care.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, all I know is it was a no. It was okay. So I watched it. Don't get me wrong. There's some funny moments between like between Arthur and whatever his fucking brother's name is. Or sorry, some
Yeah,
brother
or
moments. Don't get me wrong. There's some funny moments with the brotherly thing because that shit was kind of funny. I got a few chuckles out of it, but overall it was just eh. Like there was like the best part of the movie was a comment I made during the fight scene with the Crab King dude. The guy who plays Gimli voiced him, and he's fighting,
yeah.
and I'm sitting there I'm like, hey, calm down, your Gimli's showing. And that was the best part because I said something because holy shit, it was just that forgettable.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember much from that movie, and I didn't want to remember much from that movie.
Like I'm not the biggest Aquaman fan. Don't get me wrong. Aquaman's a actual Aquaman in the comics and all that shit is an actual badass. He's one of the few superheroes that will kill. He's also the king of Atlantis, so he's not exactly there in the Justice League all the time. And the fact that they got Aquaman to be somewhat badass and wanting to do all that shit is actually kind of cool. But I bet there's all sorts of different Aquaman stories they could have done. Like they could have implemented a story of like the death of Arthur Jr. that happened in the 90s.
See, I think that's kind of the way they were kind of going with it.
I feel like there was another story, but they had to change a lot for some reason. I just feel like there was some
Well,
sort of. I feel like there was something else they wanted to do, but then last minute someone said change everything. Mainly because of the Amber Heard and fucking Johnny Depp thing. I
well,
think.
yeah, I think that. Well, she ruined herself on that one
Oh, she ruined herself on that one, hands down.
because you got to remember she also sat there and she also claimed that Warner Brothers cut a bunch of her lines and there was a fight scene and I don't know if I wonder if she may have actually been telling the truth on that.
Something tells me she was, but then again, she's like 8 levels of crazy in a 7 level game.
Well, here's what I'm speculating since we're talking about it. I speculate that she did have more scenes. You know, as much as she sat there and said that they were cut out,
Hmm.
I think she actually had more scenes to begin with. But I can't help but wonder uh if she kind of shot herself in the foot. If that makes any sense.
Oh, I believe she shot herself in the foot.
And because of this, because here's what I think, and this is probably going to piss off some listeners, and I apologize. This is all my honestly, just my opinion.
He doesn't apologize.
I apologize to a point. I think essentially what had happened or what's going on is I think she was right, and she had some scenes that were cut out because I wonder if Warner Brothers Studios or WB,
Yeah,
and I think that they really knew what was going on. They knew what was really going on behind the scenes.
yeah,
And knowing that she sat there, she said that none of that had happened. I can't help but wonder if she kind of shot herself in the foot in that sense.
yeah. I feel like I think she did in
Yeah.
a lot of ways, but because I feel like they were trying to tell a certain story of the Aquaman series, but it just fucking bombed.
Yeah, it flopped. It made no sense to me.
Like, I get that what they were trying to do, the what was it, Seventh Kingdom kind of went nuts, and they had to stop it and freeze it and yada yada yada. But I don't know if that's part of the comic history or not, because like I said, I'm not the biggest. I know in the 90s he got his arm lopped off and he had a hook for a hand. And he had long hair. That's what we got in the Justice League animated series. And Arthur Jr. died by drowning of air. That's what the and Mara and Aquaman got a divorce in the comics. That's all I know of Aquaman. But I know there's more stories they could have told rather than just because something tells me this would have been a decent build up of an Aquaman story.
Yeah, I kind of feel like this flopped.
Yeah,
I don't know if I look at it and I do a like side by side comparison of literally Aquaman 2, The Lost Kingdom, compared to Blue Beetle, and even though Blue Beetle was new,
yeah,
I kind of can't help but feel like they flopped Aquaman 2.
yeah. Like, because as we're talking, the more I think, like, if they would have said something like, put something else, like maybe something else with another of Aquaman's enemies comes in, tries to take him out, do something, and at the end of it, you have Black Manta come back, and you do something with the Lost Kingdom and have the Lost Kingdom as your third movie, I feel like it would have been a lot better.
Yeah,
Because they would have been able to have time to flesh it out. What is the Lost Kingdom? How do they get Or back? Maybe they could have added something like a little bit of a spat in an actual fight between Or and Aquaman saying, doing more of a, I never wanted this title. I wanted my brother, not the title.
yeah.
And
Like I said, it's hard for me to sit there and comment a lot on it because I don't remember, and I feel like it flopped.
it did. It did. Like, you even said a couple days ago when we talked about it, there were some chuckling moments, but that's about it.
Well, yeah, and I say that just because of the fact that um Jason Momoa kind of brings like a comedy kind of joke to it.
Yeah, he does play a good Aquaman, I will admit.
Oh, I think he plays a phenomenal Aquaman. As much as you've got the people out there like, nope, nope, it has to be the die-hard actual way of it. I'm like,
I think my
yes and no.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing about Jason Momoa becoming Aquaman were the memes. Like, it shows like the old school Aquaman when the meme was Aquaman went from "I'll have your daughter home by 9" to "now she calls me daddy."
Yeah.
Oh my god, I loved the
Do
memes
you,
that
did
came
you
out of
ever
it.
watch the little fucking little video they did of him being dressed up in the actual like green pants and all that? He's like, I look phenomenal.
I have not, but now I have to find it.
They were doing like a trailer thing for Aquaman 2. And you see him dressed and he's like, I got like this footloose thing going on. He's like, jump, 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 jump. He's fucking doing like a Patrick Swayze kind of leg movement.
But yeah, he plays a phenomenal Arthur Curry,
Oh
and
yeah, he plays. I think he plays a good one, but
he he did he. You could tell he was having fun, especially in the Justice League movies.
see, for me, it's the whole. I don't, for one, and yeah, part of me is saying this because of personal reasons why, like, I'm against Amber Heard. Um, shit like that. But hands down, and I'll say this now, even if I wasn't against Amber Heard, I don't think she plays a very good Mara.
No, she doesn't. Her acting felt stiff at best.
Yes.
Like even in the newest one, and like her acting just felt like the same. And to me, like in the
She
young,
was better when she first started out in what was it? Never Back Down.
never saw that one with her in it.
Let me
But
pull up my sources here.
yeah, while you're doing that, I'll chat a little bit. But
Yeah, she was Baja Miller in Never Back Down.
okay, I never really saw the Never Back Down series, but to
Good
me,
movie. Great
in
movie.
to me, Mara holds herself high. She's not only the queen of Atlantis, she's Aquaman's wife and her own and a badass warrior. And she just Amber Heard to me doesn't fit right with the Mara title. Someone like what was the chick's name? Who was she played in Game of Thrones with Jason Momoa. She was his wife. Well, started off as a slave wife type of thing in the first season.
Wait.
Then she ended up making him fall for her, and then
Emilia Clarke?
yes, I feel like she would have been a lot better Mara.
Yeah, I could see it.
I could see her being a lot better Mara, or who would be another one? Um, John Krasinski's wife, Emily Blunt, maybe, or give an unknown actress a chance.
So, actually, from what I've pulled up from research, you're not the only one. A lot of people have actually ranked Emilia Clarke as 10, as ranked number 10 to play a Mara.
She has history with him. They're very good friends.
Rebecca Ferguson.
Who the fuck is she?
Let me pull up another source here, and we'll list off names, and then I'll list off stuff.
Yeah.
Rebecca Ferguson. See what movies she's been in that you may know her as. She's in the new Dune movie, is what it looks like.
Okay. Haven't seen
Or
that
Dune
one yet.
Part 1. She was in Mission Impossible.
Rebecca. Let me see a picture of her. I'm gonna type up a message. Rebecca Ferguson. Okay, I think I remember her. Oh,
She was ranked as a number 9.
yep.
Alicia, or Alicia, however you want to really get into that. Alicia Vikander. She played Tomb Raider in the Tomb Raider movie.
Okay.
Now, here's a question for you.
What's up?
Since we're talking about, what about Karen Gillan? Nebula herself.
That'd be a really good. She could play a badass one. She really could.
I think she'd be interesting to be a Mara. Or, what about Blake Lively?
Both would be really good. Karen Gillian, because she could bring something new to
She could
the
bring
Mara.
that Mara attitude. If
Yes.
you really look at her and you look at how she played with Nebula, I feel like she'd really bring that, like, Mara attitude.
Yeah.
So here's my opinion. So if you take Cara Gillian, she brings that Mara attitude. She brings the attitude of Mara. Okay. Now let's look at Blake Lively. Blake Lively, Ryan's wife, hands down one of the hottest actresses out there. I'm not crushing on the Hollywood couple. Fuck you.
I crush
Ryan
on
Reynolds
Ryan
make
Reynolds
me
myself.
come. I mean, um, you didn't hear that.
I heard everything. Don't worry. Ryan Reynolds is both their husbandos.
Now, I feel like Blake Lively brings that royal kind of look to Mara.
Yeah.
If you look at Blake Lively, I feel like she would really bring that that royal, warrior prince or warrior queen kind of look to it.
Yeah.
Now, what about Sophie Turner?
Sophie Turner.
She was the blonde in Game of Thrones. She was Sansa.
Okay, yep. I could see that. I
feel like she would bring more of the mystical magic prowess of Mara.
Yeah. Well, because you also got to understand a lot, like the top three as of right now, in my opinion, because they could have the softness when talking to Arthur, also that this is what you need to hear. You're a surface dweller. Now you're the king of Atlanta, so this is what you need to do. And then
that's why I think, hands down, I think I'd have to go with Karen Gillian.
I would have to go with Karen Gillian too, or Emilia Clarke.
Emilia, yeah, but I feel like Emilia doesn't have that fierceness in her face. Like, I've watched Game of Thrones, and I'm not hating on Emilia Clarke, hands down. I had one hand tied behind my back and the other hand was a little busy when there was that first nude scene they did, and then I was pissed when I found out that they were actually taking away her nude scenes in Game of Thrones. Hats off to her, because for how young she was to do Game of Thrones.
Yeah, she was like 19 or 20 when she's doing it.
Yeah, she was young, and she did a nude scene because her mom was her manager.
Yeah.
And when she did that scene, I think her mom was even in the same room as her, and she was nude.
Yeah.
So, hands down to her, because I would not have the balls to do that.
Especially in front of your parents.
Yeah. Not only that, you think I like getting naked in front of fucking random people that I may or may not see again in my life? That's like a relationship. But forever
she'd
alone.
Be naked. Now we're dating.
But it's like, yeah, so, I mean, hands down, I think Emilia Clarke is all right. I think she'd be a good fit. But to bring in the royalty, the attitude, and the prowess, and so looking at everything, like I said, Blake, I feel like is good, but I don't think Blake brings that royalness to it, like that royal look.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't see much of that combat prowess. Prowess. I wouldn't really see that out of Blake.
Yeah.
Now, Karen Gillian, I feel like she could do that royal attitude, like that high royalty kind of look, that royal attitude. Ignore that. That's just Zorro messaging me. I still love how I have that as my notification tone. Fuck you. Don't ask me what my actual ringtone is when people call me.
Is it the Drums of Liberation?
Fuck you.
I was right.
But I don't know. I get that feeling that if you put Karen Gillian as the role, she brings the attitude, she brings the royalness, she brings that combat, that ferocity you would see. Because Mara has that ferocity. You piss off Mara, she brings that ferocity, that fucking oomph,
Oh, hands down. Yeah, she's a badass.
So I personally think, and like I said, I apologize because I know some people are going to listen to this and they're going to be like, well, you just say that because you hate Amber Heard. I'm like going to be like, you're right. I hate Amber Heard. But it's not just because I hate Amber Heard, but I think her acting in the Aquaman movies was very bland and stiff. I don't think she brought out the true potential of Mara. She just threw on some fucking hair dye and that was it.
Yeah, no, she didn't. She was not a good fit for Mara, in my opinion, especially in the first one. Like, she was okay in the first one because it kind of felt she was a fish out of water going on land, kind of trying to be like this I am royalty, but at the same time I owe the kingdom of Atlantis everything.
See, I got more of that. She had that that prissy princess vibe, like that snooty "I'm a princess and I'm not the queen" look. And yeah, in the first movie, I get that, but sometimes, like when you see or hear Mara, you know damn well that's the queen of Atlantis.
Yeah.
And even by the end of that movie, I still kind of felt like she was still that just snooty princess. Or, sorry, snobby if people don't know what snooty means.
Yeah, because I remember because I think with the first one, the story they went with, cause I can't remember her origin, what they did for the origin in the first Aquaman, because well, Jason Momoa stole the entire thing, and because I know in one of them she was like an assassin for her father who was a king, and another origin in the comics was her parents died and she was raised somewhere else, and the kingdom of Atlantis kind of took her in, I think. And
Go
so,
on.
because I can't remember which origin they did, but in the movie, I can't remember which origin they did in the movie, but at the same time, but it just felt like she was trying too hard to be like, I can't kept it rolling. I'll just cut like that minute out or whatever. But
Yeah, you better not cut out that Hoya or I'm gonna be pissed.
oh, I won't. Actually, you know what? I think I'll put it in the beginning.
There we go.
But it just felt like what's the word I'm looking for? They with Amber Heard, they were trying too much. She was trying to do too much. I feel like in the first one, and then in the second one because of everything that was going on, and she thought something else. Maybe she was trying to do something else with it because she was trying to be a little bit more caring. It just felt different and not in a good way because I know how in some actors and whatnot they will they like to experiment.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're saying.
And it's because it like in Young Justice and all that stuff, Aquaman lives down in Atlantis. And to me, I don't see Aquaman going to live with his father when he needs to be the king of Atlantis. When you're a king, you kind of have to stay with your people, otherwise your people could get fucked. And
Yeah.
and so I feel like it would have been better if they would have put him down there. Maybe him trying to talk his father into coming down to see him and everything like that, or have Aquaman's mother live up with with the father now, and have her come back down, kind of be a liaison or whatever the fuck. They could have already introduced Aquaman's people being introduced to the, the surface dwellers, and it's just they they dropped the ball hard on Aquaman too.
Oh, hands, yeah, yeah. Hands down.
And it was just bad. It was just really really bad because I it took me a lot of effort just to pay attention to this movie because it was yeah.
Yeah, for me, even for me, I was kind of to the point where it just started turning more into like background noise.
Yeah, and it's just so James with James Gunn's DC movies going forward, I'm cautiously optimistic because James Gunn is a DC fan. He is a nerd, and he wants to do. He's pretty much the Kevin Feige of the DC universe. The only problem is, the reason why I'm cautiously optimistic is he could turn around and do the same shit over again that Zack Snyder did and just put too much in something and just colossal domino effect all the way back to the new Aquaman movie, and Aquaman's fucked all over again.
Right.
And kind of sucks that we won't get Jason Momoa's Aquaman again, because I don't think he's coming
Oh,
back as Aquaman.
is he done now?
I I don't think James Gunn is bringing him back as Aquaman.
I haven't heard anything about it,
Let
about
me
him being done.
let me check. Momoa.
Because that sounds like news to me.
Jason Momoa is no longer feeling too optimistic about playing Aquaman in the future. The actor reprising his superhero role, and the Warner Brothers' upcoming Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which might be Momoa's swan song as a character on the big screen.
Huh.
Yeah, apparently it's not looking good for him to come back as Aquaman with all that stuff, which I can kind of understand, because James Gunn may want a whole new slate. That's why he fired Henry Cavill as Superman, which, in my opinion,
Was a stupid mistake. But
crossing a line there, James, crossing a line, crossing a line. You could have had an amazing comic book accurate Superman,
you done fucking goofed.
right? But at the same time, hear me out. Jason Momoa as Lobo.
Oh, hands down. I mean, okay, yeah, Jason
Or
could play it. Jason could play it, but I hands down have to go with my OG, Danny Trejo.
I was just about to say Danny Trejo. Or Danny Trejo.
Because, yeah, I'd have to go hands down with my homeboy, Danny Trejo.
And if they do Jason Momoa, they could do an Aquaman joke. And the best part is, Lobo's favorite animal are dolphins. That's why if I remember correctly, that's why Earth is safe, is because they have dolphins. Dolphins are his favorite animals.
I don't know. I still laugh at with the Peacemaker, the John Cena show that they did.
Oh yeah, yeah, that fucking fish one. I don't fuck fish.
Yeah, thanks for showing up last minute. Go fuck another fish.
I love how Jason Momoa just, I don't fuck a fish.
He's like, I don't know where that rumor started. And Flash is, I think, there. He's kind of like,
Yep. It was only Flash and Jason Momoa. The other three couldn't make it, or they didn't have the price.
They didn't have the price,
So
from my understanding.
So they just did the silhouettes.
Yep. The only time I ever saw somebody else show up in a serious role like that was in Shazam.
Yeah. No, I think they got in trouble a little bit because I think they did a CGI. I think. I heard somewhere where it was a CGI.
Where he was walking with the TV tray in school?
No, that one wasn't Henry Cavill. That one was someone else. Henry Cavill was already doing The Witcher. So that's why they didn't pan all the way up. They did a body double, and I was talking about Shazam 2. But yeah, the first one, that was just a body double. Second one, I think, was CGI.
I haven't watched the second one.
Second one, they did a Wonder Woman thing.
Which, that would make a little bit more sense to me, being that Wonder Woman kind of comes from that ancient time.
Yeah.
Like Shazam.
Yeah, she comes from the gods.
But, yeah, that movie was mediocre at best. And that's putting
Forgettable.
it nicely.
Yeah, it was very, very forgettable. The only way I would watch it again is if my girl would want to watch it. Like if she's never seen it before, I'd be like, yeah, okay, let's watch it. Only way I'd
Aren't
probably
you
watch it
such
again.
a nice guy? Because I wouldn't even do that.
Well,
My
then I just get.
girlfriend, my girlfriend, if she was into Aquaman, she said, "Let's watch it." I'd be like, "Have fun. You're on your own."
I would just get free cuddles, and I'm a
I
cuddler.
would be like, "Nah, babe." I'd be like, "Nah, babe. You can go watch that. I'm gonna go jump on the computer. That'll be background noise for me."
I'm a huge cuddler, so if she'd be all like, hey, I want to watch Aquaman. You want to watch Aquaman 2 with me? Fuck it, yeah, I'll watch it with you. I get cuddles though. She'd be all like, yeah, of course.
Well, but for me, it's like I guess the only way I would really actually sit down to watch it
Hmm.
is if they replaced Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Just because, for me, like I said, I feel like Aquaman could be better if you replace the stiff and bland Amber Heard. If you bring in Amelia Clark, Karen Gillian, I would be way more focused into it. Yeah, a lot of people are gonna be like, well, Amber Heard, she was hot as Meryl. Yeah, she's got a stunning body, but
To who? A blind man?
that's what I'm getting at. You know,
Oh,
some people would be like, I like how you believed it.
Amber Heard is not hot at all.
She's a butterface. She's she's a butterface.
She cray cray. He sat on a
That's what I said.
bee.
She's a butterface. If you really look at her, especially with how they put her in the skin tight suit, yeah, she's got a stunning figure, but she's a butterface, meaning everything's nice but her face.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, she's. She's not a good actress to me, in my opinion. She's too stiff. She's.
No, I don't disagree with you. My thing is when I watched her in Never Back Down playing Baja Miller, I thought she was hot. She was young. She was, I think, one of my first crushes for an actress.
Hmm.
Like one of my first Hollywood crushes. Over the years, though, not so much.
She got a little power hungry.
Yeah,
She is a mean. From the stories I've heard, she's a mean one. She's
she's
also.
not a very nice person.
No, she's not. She's not.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I said, it's I don't want to sound like I'm hating on her completely because yes, I don't like her. Yes, I think she's a joke. And I feel, and I'll say this now to kind of get some of those that listen to the podcast. I'm not hating. You could sit there and say that I hate on women. No, I don't hate on women. That's not the case with this whole Amber Heard situation. I just feel like she screwed a lot of women over by pulling that Me Too bullshit.
Oh yeah, she
Because
she did. She fucked over a. She fucked over that movement
yeah, because of the
hugely.
fact that she sat there and she said all that shit about him, and he sued her for defamation and won. I mean, I jumped out of my fucking seat there. I was so happy when I heard he won. Because I've had a situation where I've had a girl come up to me and tell me she's been raped, and it's like, I don't believe you.
It's there's telltale signs and everything like that. It's just the people who fake those stories, in my opinion, are a disgrace.
Yeah, I've kind of had a thing with somebody who did that, but that's
Anyway,
not the point.
yeah. Anyways, let's
That's
get
not the
back on.
point. It's
Yeah, let's
yeah.
get back.
So it's I don't know. For me, it's just her acting has started to go down. I thought Amelia Clark, like you said, she's got history with Jason Momoa. She's done a lot of movies with Jason Momoa. I thought she would have been perfect. But now that I think about it too, I think she might have been too much on the short side to play Mara.
How tall is Mara?
Mara's not exactly short, and if you look at Amelia Clark and you look at Jason Momoa, I feel like Amelia Clark is a bit too short to be Mara. I'm not saying she wouldn't be great. She'd be fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I just think that she would not be. She might be too short to be Mara.
How tall is Queen Mara? Uh, you are. Oh, she's 5'9". Queen Mara is 5'9".
And
Now,
how tall is Amelia Clark?
how tall? Tall. Apparently, I can't fucking spell.
I could have told you that.
She's 5'2". Holy crap, she's tiny. She's pocket sized. But yeah, she's. If they did do like Amelia Clark as Queen Mara, there'd obviously be some changes because you can't make everything comic book accurate because it would just be
No,
weird.
right. As I'm one of those people that, as you know, I'm very, very. I want to be as accurate as possible.
Oh yeah, of course. I am too.
But I get where they come from in that sense.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
But that's just it. I get where they're coming from, but at the same time, it's like, you know,
Yeah. Anyways, I think we should about wrap it up soon.
fuck you. We could talk about this forever. No, yeah, we should.
But yep, our overall rating
Overall,
of.
suck my dick. The movie was horrible. We all agree about it. That's the end of this podcast. Okay, fuck you guys. We're out.